Hello, hello. Welcome to another Albion Online sort of PvP video. It's more like after PvP. We're gonna go over how to escape the black zone. So like say you're someone like me and you're diving tier 5, tier 6, tier 7 dungeons for fun, solo dungeons, and you're doing it solo. You get a good kill. You know, that happens once in a while. You get like maybe like a 70k fame kill. That's some good money. Maybe like 100k, 150k. You want to go back, or maybe you have even more than that. Who knows? So we're just going to quickly go over some of the tips that I have of escaping the black zone and getting back, and we're going to analyze some of the clips that I've accumulated over the past couple of weeks of playing, and look at how I escaped the black zone. So with all that being said, guys, we're going to hop right into the video. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead and leave it a like. If you want to see more of my Albion content, go ahead and leave the channel a subscription. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, before I show some clips of how I get back from the BZ safely, I think it's worth talking about some of the passives and mechanics that you should be paying attention to. The first passive you should know about is being outlawed, and this is a passive that shows up after you hit a player with an ability or an attack, and the main purpose of this passive is to not let you go into towns after you've done some PvP. The other passives that you should be worried about is the shield bubble cooldown that doesn't let you get a shield after a minute of having a shield bubble originally. And then also the shrine portal cooldown, which is the shrine that makes you invisible and also gives you a shield. Alright guys, next we're going to talk about some of the differences between being outlawed and not being outlawed, and how that affects what shields you get and how you can use that to your advantage. So here we are outside of the portal zone, right outside of it, outside of the circle. And we are outlawed right now, and as you can see, we are not getting a buff from going into the circle, the yellow circle range. But when we go into the static field and go to the next portal, or the next zone, which is the portal zone, you can see that we do get the full 30-second shield buff. And I'm also demonstrating in this clip that you cannot get the shrine that gives you invisibility in a portal if you are outlawed. And of course, you still want to pay attention to your buffs and passives, because if you try to take that shrine and you still have a cooldown or you're outlawed, you do lose the shield for doing an action. Okay guys, so as you can see, when I go into this circle normally, with no outlaw, I do get the bubble shield. But one thing to note about this is if you go too fast between going into the circle and the next zone, you do get a short duration on your bubble shield. So because I went into that zone too fast, I now have a shield that only lasts 17 seconds. And lastly, as you guys see, just going into normally with no cooldowns, going into a zone just gives you the bubble shield as normally. So here we are at the clip analysis. For the first clip, it's just a simple escape. I just killed somebody. I'm about ready to go back to the portal. I know about where I'm at. That's one of the most important things, is knowing where you're at on the map, outside of the actual zone, outside of the solo dungeon. So I know I'm relatively close to the portal, and I know if I can get out of here that I can probably hold my 30-second shield for most of the way there. So what I'm doing is I'm getting distance between me and any player that would come in ganking, because the first part of this dungeon is clear. Another benefit of this is that I'm getting monsters in between me and any ganker that might come in while I'm in here, and if a ganker wants to come in and find me, he'll have to run through all those monsters that I just ran past, and he'll be taking a lot of damage if I see him. Along with that, you can also find shrines along the way that'll help you. Finding a shrine and spamming A, like I am right now, and getting close to recalling out is a good strategy, because if you see somebody, you can either hold your A out all the way, and if you get caught, you can get the shrine that's next to you. So as you guys saw, I have 30 seconds left on my outlaw. I decided to A out at this point because I'm going to get a shield, because I don't have that cooldown that says I can't get a shield. So next I'm going to run up to the portal because I should have the shield for long enough to get up close enough to it where I don't think I'm going to get ganked. And as I'm getting close to it, I'm looking at my timers to make sure that I'm going to get another one when I walk into the circle. And as you saw, when I walked into it, I did, and it could have saved my life because there were a bit of gankers there, but you never know. Here's a clip where I almost ran into a couple of gankers right here. I just had killed somebody and I was going to stay out, but those guys were messing around, so I decided to start to head back. So what I decided to do here is I hopped into the next zone in order to abuse the mechanics with zone hopping and the yellow circle that's in the connecting zones. So as you guys can see from this split up clip, I'm just staying outside of the circle while my outlaw is still on. So that way, when it's about to be out, I can hop into the circle. So I actually don't waste the cooldown, which I showed earlier. If I were to hop into the circle too late, after my outlaw is done, I would have gotten the shield earlier and then have gotten a shorter shield when I go to the next zone. And so now when I'm walking up to the portal, I'm just making sure that I'm not outlawed and that I'm able to get the bubble shield when I walk into the yellow circle. Alright guys, and for the last clip, I have less of an escaping the BZ and more of just escaping people, and it'll show you more of the power behind getting monsters behind you and the enemy, and also finding shrines throughout the dungeon. So I'm looking for ganks here and two people come in behind me. I was gonna fight the first person, but once I saw the second person, I dipped. I was pretty sure there was a third person too. I even might have seen him there. So all I do here is I just use all my movement spells and use my emergency heal when I can, basically. And I just get through this dungeon, look for a shrine, and eventually I do find a shrine and I'm able to make it out. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave you with this clip. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching once again. If you liked it, leave a like, and if you want to see more of my Albion content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys.